Do you recognize this? How about this? Or what about this one? These are some of the most famous books in Minecraft history. We will look at each one. However, I think it's best to start out with a classic series. The original Minecraft Handbooks. Okay, here we go. Alright, here are the first 4 Minecraft handbooks. Man. Now, not all of these are the same. These 3 are the older versions, and this one is an updated version. And as for this combat, it is a hard book, or hardcover. Each one of these were essential if you wanted to know everything about the game. And of course, we'll start out with probably the one that everyone knows best, the Combat Handbook. Let's brush these away for a second. Alright, so let's start off with the combat. Oh, I don't want to break it. Start out with the Combat Handbook. Pretty cool artwork of a sword there. That brings me back on my knees. I should adjust my position. Okay. So, as you know, we have a table of contents. Wow, there's a lot of chapters, or bigger chapter pages, I believe. Now, it first starts off with a paragraph, an introduction to combat. Basically, it's like, this book is packed with tips from Minecraft experts like Master Builders, FireYuke. I probably mispronounced that. YouTube sensation Paul Swords Jr. and Redstone expert CNB Minecraft. Read on to learn how to defend your home, build a fort, fight monsters, set traps, thrive in PvP mode, evade death in the nether, and battle the dreaded Ender Dragon in the end. So, basically, the book goes on to tell you things about weapons and stuff, crafting materials, and the ways you can use them. It's pretty simple. One interesting note is that they have these extra things like did you know and tips. And they also have things like these. And armor defense points. It's actually pretty cool. Then, of course, they go on to see the mobs. And there are do's and don'ts of fighting various mobs, of course. I mean, why wouldn't there be? So, then it goes to things like nether creatures. And, yes. Then it also gets to other things, like getting to the end, despite being a combat book. And after it's done with all the bosses, it goes to other things, such as enchanting, building forts, and creating things like bases and traps. So, yeah, this book mainly teaches you how to do best at combat. Everything. Okay. Let's look at the second one. Minecraft Update Edition, the Construction Handbook. This one doesn't really teach you how to build. All it does is teach you how to build structures that it lists within the thing. That's literally all it does. So, it has the introduction. And it creates a bunch of different builds for you and stuff. Fortified walls, throne rooms, etc. So, really, all it does is teach you how to build things, but it is actually pretty cool, though I honestly prefer build tutorials from YouTube. But some of the things that teaches you to build are pretty hardcore, like a suspension bridge. Like, I mean, look at that, a suspension bridge. And there are things like stained glass. Yeah, so not really that interesting unless you're into building. I don't really have much to say about that. However, the Essential Handbook, this one, this is probably the most useful out of all of them. The introduction, histories, technicals, controls. This is the thing that you probably want to pick up first if you know nothing about Minecraft. has an introduction and the profiles of the creators. It's pretty cool. Oh, and also has this little tip about saying safe online. You can pause it if you want to read it, by the way. Okay. So, go down into the short history. 2009. Notch begins working on Minecraft, quits his job to concentrate full-time. Calls it cave game, but eventually just decides to release it to the public, calls it Minecraft. First accounts are registered to the forum. And it goes through the various stages, and finally it's up to 2013. 20 million sales on PC, Mac, Xbox 360, and mobile devices. Wow. You better be happy, that's dang impressive. Okay, so then it goes into things like technical stuff, modes, levels, controls. It assumes you're playing on Xbox for some reason. Yeah, actually, this book, everything it includes, is technically included within the game itself. So really, you don't need the book, but it's good to have anyway. I kind of like reading these books for fun, but also to find out things about, the game. I mean, torches, bonus recipes. Actually really interesting. It does things like food and health, and it even includes like text and quotes from people and other Minecrafter YouTubers. And it does include some interesting strategies. Mining ore elements, did you know? Awesome. Yeah, it even includes things about animals. Hostility levels, though technically there's only 3 stages of the hostility level. Oh, and villagers. Oh, that brings me back, these old designs. The librarian brings me back for a very specific reason. Oh, cool! Quote by Captain Sparkles. He's the creeper guy. You know, Aw Man, Revenge. Sure, you remember that thing unless you're not into Minecraft. In which, if you're not into Minecraft, why are you watching this video? Though, this could help, because it could make you get into Minecraft, but if you're not interested in that, well, you can still watch if you're somewhat interested in the video itself. Okay. Next, it goes on to things like, hostile mobs. Which, honestly, I feel like I should get my hand, I just put, like, some weight on it or something. Okay. It goes into detail about the mobs, and, it actually, I feel like it has more, information than what happened before. Okay, so, then there's things like tips, did you know, drops, and, that quote by Captain Sparkles of how to kill a skeleton. Quote by him. I think it's technically text, but it's still a quote. The easiest way to kill a skeleton is to use its own weapon against it. Using a bow and fire arrows to a distance greatly reduces the chance of being hit in return. Because skeletons have the same health as the player, 3 shots from a fully charged bow will be enough to kill them. And then it has things like armor. Yeah. Other than the things about the mobs. Man, this book is large. It also has things about gardening. Excerpt from Paul Swords Jr. Back in the old days of Minecraft Alpha, we didn't have all the fancy landscaping options that you have now. Gardeners today have access to flower pots, hedges, colorful slabs, stone walls, mossy steps, lily pads, ferns, vines, tall grass, and more. Yeah. Overall, it's a pretty cool book, and it teaches you a lot. I mean, seriously, the things listed in, like, the building book, Combat Handbook, and the Redstone Handbook, they're practically all listed here, so if you don't want to buy 3 other books, you can just get this one. or you can get some of the other Minecraft handbooks that I have over there. That giant pile of books, those aren't just Minecraft books. Most of them are other books, by the way, like manga and stuff. Wow, you can teach you about minecarts. Ooh, exclusive interviews. Now we're getting to the juicy stuff. And, if I showed you this, that would make this video much longer than it's really supposed to be. I mean, I could read you the excerpt, but I think I'll read it another day. Okay? Things like achievements, shameless plug to Facebook and Twitter, but you can check it out anyway, because that's actually really cool. And shows you to Redstone. Now, this is the thing that I really want to get into, because I am absolute noob at Redstone. I mean, I know these things. Redstone runs out at a certain point. Repeaters contract that energy and help it to keep running, but with some things that people have done with Redstone, I'm not intimidated by it, but, I mean, I'm just saying that it can get really, really confusing. But this book will help you. Honestly, if you're a Redstoner, having this book is actually pretty useful. Of course, it immediately tells you about Redstone ore. It also talks to you about how the Redstone can work. Like here, the Redstone's going along, it's fading out of energy, then a repeater brings this energy straight back up. Then you got things like sticky pistons, power sources, actually a lot of different power sources, leathers, pressure plates, buttons, redstone block, and a lot more. Also has tripwire hooks, lighting systems. Yes, this book's actually pretty decent. Daylight sensors, these are probably the things that I'm the most confused about, and honestly, I mean, I know how they work, just I'm confused about them and stuff. Then it gets to things like Minecart Stations, and, once again, Minecart Stations, ooh, a deluxe lighting system. This looks interesting. Place 3 green wool blocks in a row just behind the hole. Add an extra block. Add diagonal at each end. What else is there? Oh, this book is really interesting. Oh, a lava pit trap. This one's a classic. You know, with the trap chest and everything. Bam! Drops you into lava. Ouch. Next person who tries to steal your stuff is in for a scorching surprise. Okay. Then it has a little more trap stuff. And, yeah, that's the Redstone book. Alright. 12-minute and 13-minute video at this point. Maybe we could look at more stuff. You know what? That's what we're doing. I'm going to immediately make another video of a book review. But, yep. Books are pretty fantastic. I love them. I mean, these books are classics. Seriously. Alright, so, if you have an interest in Minecraft, or you're confused or something, make sure to pick up one of these books. They'll help you along the wrong way. The long way. Okay, actually, I think I can do like a cool pattern with these things. I put them like this, then I put this here, and then I put this here. It's almost, the pattern's almost complete. Boom. Well, not really complete. This has to be, okay. Alright. This is PhoeMIX signing out. But I'm going to make immediately another video after this one.